Howdy folks, we're back. I have collected a couple machines from cleanup week that we're going to be playing with here soon. And yeah, I've already got this tiller running, and ironically the carburetor, it's running a little funky. Spark plug, it's an Autolite 458. That cross references over to a RJ19 LM on a champion side. So stick around if you want to hear at the end why I've been gone so long. If not, you know, just stick around a while and we'll talk about machines. Okay, back to this. The engine runs, but the belt's completely shot. And when I got this machine, come on, go on your side. This wheel didn't turn at all. So, since this is a metal on metal hub that's not got any plastic in it, what I ended up doing is I ended up taking the acetylene torch and heating up this area and then quenching it, throwing penetrant into it and making sure that, you know, I didn't start a fire. But once it got enough penetrant in it, I worked it back and forth until it freed up. Now it's all good. As for the levers here, that's your forward, reverse, neutral. Here's the kick in the teeth. This is an MTD machine, and MTDs require special belts. So I can't just run to the auto parts store, pay $6.99 a belt, and be happy. No. MTD has these wider belts than normal, and usually that means different belts. I might get away with doing it to the reverse belt, but not the forward belt. So, as for this Toro is ironic, okay? It's a snowblower, but it's got an H60 motor. It's not an HMSK60 engine. It's not an HSK60 motor. It's a H60 engine. Meaning that this is not a Snow King engine. This is actually an engine that originally, when it came off the factory floor from Tecumseh, this engine was originally scheduled for probably something like a log splitter or a garden tiller like that. But this has got an H60 engine, and one of the big things about the Snow King engines versus the regular engines is that the fuel line actually goes through, usually will go through your cover, so that it keeps the fuel warm, so that when it gets to the carburetor, it's not freezing up inside the lines. This one, I got the engine running, mind you, but down here, and I'm betting you can already see what's going on, but the drag pulley for the actual drive mechanism has sheared off from the shaft. Now, we're going to attempt to weld this back onto the shaft, and we're going to see how that works, because, you know, we got welding equipment. Now, this chain, I don't know if you can see it in there, I feel it's got way too much slop. Okay? Now, these gears, they actually look pretty good, except for these. These are kind of starting to knife edge over, but a little bit of grease, and they should be actually good to go. So, this needs this re-welded to that. And then the belly pan put back on, and probably a new set of belts. Other than that, that one's ready to go then. Now, as for this, the front drive system is locked up solid. I got it running, but the thing is that when I pulled the air filter out, that's what the air filter looks like. That is nothing but garbage, nastiness. So it's going to need a new air filter. Another thing is that this thing smokes like a banshee, and I know exactly why it smokes like a banshee. When I pulled the dipstick, the darn thing's at least that much overfilled, which means that oil's actually getting into the cylinder through the back end of the motor. You don't overfill these. Do not ever overfill these. Fill them up to the full mark. That's it. Don't be throwing more oil into it thinking, oh, it's good. No, that's how you end up. Let me get my tool here. That's how you end up pouring blue smoke out your motor. That's how you burn up rings and kill the longevity of your spark plug, because that's just completely coked now in oil. Fun. So there's that. Probably tear off the carburetor, clean that out a little, make sure that that's all nice and happy. Underneath, that blade is gonna either A, be replaced, or B, just sharpened up. So yeah. Now, as for this snowblower, this has got an HMSK 80 Tecumseh 8 horse. The starter doesn't work. The rope pull is busted right out of it. And probably gonna fix this to get it to run. Now, I actually got this from a guy that I worked on this thing for. So this carburetor is actually a good carburetor. I've heard this engine run. So when it runs, it's actually a good engine. So, if anything, we're going to harvest this motor. The drive system in this is, as you can see, the friction disc is shot. Pretty much shot, you know. There's very little meat left on that for the friction disc. The belts are actually really nice. But these chains are just gone in here, so you know they're flopped. And yeah, this is the older style where instead of everything being gear to gear, it's chain driven. So yeah. And we got a parts machine there, so if we need a couple big parts, like a flywheel or something, we we got to put this 3.5 horse there to pull parts off of. I'm probably going to steal the recoil rope out of that to put into this, so that we can at least start this one, because that, yeah, that's pretty much gone, you know, sorry, but that one's gone. This, like I said, this has got a good engine on it, it needs a little love. Plus, this has also got the lighting coil, so if in the future I decide to, hey, let's put this on a go-kart or something, we can have lights, so yay. This weed whacker, you know, gas-powered weed whacker. This needs a carburetor. I've already shot carb spray into it. It fires up and runs, but you know, it doesn't stay running because the carb's shot. So, as for that all being said, this is the part of the video where I'm going to start talking to you about why I've been gone so long. So, if you've just been sticking around to see what projects we're going to probably be working on, this is where we are. Oh, plus, our sponsor Super Clean has sent us more product, so be looking out for those videos, especially since this is a 3.9 out of a Chevy Uplander van. This will go into the Pontiac. Same engine family, so it's going to be just pull that one out, put all the parts that I need to convert this from OBD2 to OBD1, slide it in, voila. So, back to the reason why I've been gone so long. Okay, life hasn't been so great. Okay? But, yeah, at this point, if you've just stuck around for, you know, the hoopdalas, this is the part where I say, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Reason I have been, haven't been posting videos lately is got out of a terrible relationship, and literally destroyed my mental health, so that was all fun. Yeah, and now trying to rebuild life and trying to make content for you folks. Part of that healing process, so trying to make more videos as progresses, but gonna be a little hard, I know, and yeah. One big thing I'd like to see from you folks is keep subscribed, and tell your friends, you know, that Chris is back and we've got some cool content coming down the pike. So yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot more budget videos. Sorry about the train. We're going to be doing a lot more budget videos because, well, let's just say that with that horrible relationship ending, I ran out of money. So, we're going to be doing a lot more budget builds, and we're going to be doing some builds where, you know, the average person can do it. Tool reviews, we're going to try and get a couple of those in when the cash flow comes around, and might even start a Patreon. I want to know your folks' thoughts on that. in the comments if I was to go to a full-time schedule of at least once or twice a week posting a video, would you folks want to drop $5 into the hat every month, and we can kind of look forward to making some cool videos there. So kind of would like to know thoughts on that. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.